to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And here we are. It is a Saturday evening. We are here. We are in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. Dean is back.
Well, good day. Welcome to, southern Idaho.
And we have a guest, Mr. Kevin Tarver. Say hello, Kevin.
Good evening.
Good evening. That's kind of sultry.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do best. You know, I bring the sultry to everything. Bring the salt.
So this is going to be a good podcast. And Mark, if you're out there listening, when you're missing out.
Right, we're missing you, Mark.
I've got a fourth mic. It's still in the freaking box. I haven't taken it out yet. I don't even know if I can barely make 3 mics work. I don't know why the hell I think I can make 4 work. So anyhow, it's good to have you back.
Thanks.
We'll start off over here. What have you done the last, I don't know, God, how long you been gone? 3 weeks?
Gosh, yeah, it's been almost a month.
What have you done that's been Second Amendment related?
Well, not much more than what I did last time, just more A-Team reruns.
More A-Team reruns. You didn't jive it up with like Miami Vice or something?
No, I thought about Knight Rider, but I'm like, no, he doesn't shoot anything.
Well, in A-Team, they do a lot of shooting, but they don't do a
no
hell
one
of a
gets
lot.
hit. It's just like watching G.I. Joe.
Hell of a lot of hitting.
Right. Oh, my favorite part, though, is they were they helped some these guys who had a claim jump. Mining, right? So Hannibal Smith is sitting out by his campfire, and he's dressed up like an old miner. And the guys that tried to run him off the day before, and they said, "You're not gone by morning. We're going to have words." So they come back in the morning, and Hannibal's sitting there, and he's whittling. There's a big pile of wood at his feet.
Kevin Tarver, is that you? Oh.
What? Right? He's whittling. They ask him, what you been whittling? And he says, whittled me a gun. He reaches behind him and pulls out a 30 caliber, not a 30 caliber, you know, the squad assault weapon. You know,
does he have a tax stamp for that?
I don't know if he did.
Can't
or
manufacture
not.
your own firearm like that.
But he shot their truck and it exploded.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, they had to walk back to their own mine. Yeah, whittled me a gun.
You were bored.
Yes, I was.
So you're back feeling better.
Lots better.
That's
oh
good.
My gosh, yeah. I have no pain in my arm, elbow, shoulder, just a little stiff in the neck.
And now you got to carry a 22.
And now,
Doctor said
I
no
got
shooting.
I asked him, can I go shooting? He's like, you might want to lay off for a little bit. I'm like,
no motorcycle riding, no shooting, and you're watching the A-Team. That's going to be one productive
right?
summer for you.
Serious, right?
So now,
for the whole summer, I can't lift anything over 10 pounds. I can't bend. I can't stretch.
no yard work.
Yeah, well.
Sweet.
Serious? Except
Sorry, honey.
I've been watching my kids mow my lawn.
I would do it if I could.
And they drive me nuts. They can't mow if they were going for shit, they wouldn't get smell. It's horrible. They leave mohawks all over my yard, so I go out and I run around behind them with the weed eater.
Kevin doesn't like to mow. Kevin doesn't like to mow either.
I do like to mow. I just have a dead yard, so I don't have to. So all my neighbors
mow the weeds.
They hate me. All my neighbors hate me. I'm like, I'm busy in the summertime, man. I ain't got time to deal with a yard. Yeah. And it's pretty embarrassing. I try and sneak in at night.
I mowed mine like 3 times this week. Three times I mowed my lawn this week.
Did you fertilize it or something?
I always fertilized the holy living hell out of it.
Yeah, so it's growing like right now,
yeah, and the rain didn't help. So.
Oh, yeah.
But, no offense, but you had kind of a boring 3 weeks.
Oh, serious, yeah. But I'm not in pain anymore.
That's good.
I have
no Percocet.
No Percocets anymore. No.
People are still asking for Percocet Dean.
Are they really? They sent me home with Percocets. I tore up the script because I didn't need it anymore.
Sure, now that they're not asking you for a Percocet,
right?
They might be asking me to get a hold of Dean so they can get Percocet.
I found out
you done got in the middle of a whole drug deal going on here.
From my colleagues at work, because we have where I work, it's we take everyone, whether they have insurance or not. We got a lot of people come that say, "Oh yeah, my back hurts something fierce. I need this specific medicine. I'm allergic to everything else, but except this one." And Percocets, they go for $60 a pill.
So did the
$60 a pill?
Did the uptick in Percocet scripts go up since you were on the podcast? Pretty much high and stoned on Percocet.
Oh gosh. No, I'm good. Well, yeah.
No,
$60 a pill.
A pill, yeah. $60 a pill is a street value for perks.
That don't sound like a street drug. $60 a pill.
I know, serious.
Yeah,
Who could afford that? And it's not. I don't know.
Not meaning the drift.
Not being, me. Not.
I don't
haven't
know.
tried
I'll pay.
any other drugs. I don't know what they're
I'll
like.
I'll pay $60 a pill if it makes for a good podcast every now and then.
Oh my gosh.
It's not like I'm making any money on the podcast, but hell, it's
it's entertaining.
Go
at
down
least.
to the corner of Addison and Blue Lakes, and you ask for Todd. He'll be there for you.
There you go. So, Mr. Tarver,
Hey.
what did you do the last? I don't know since. You've never been on here before. What have you done lately that's been Second Amendment related?
Nothing that has involved law enforcement. So
That's good.
yeah.
That's a good thing. Thanks for your honesty.
Yeah, I've been in no trouble lately, so that's we appreciate that.
Did you buy anything new?
I haven't in a little while. You reach those. I reached a spell where you go crazy and you buy all your insane stuff to whatever you want to get, and I kind of reached to where it's like, yeah.
You're kind of saturated. At this
Yeah,
point?
I'm like,
yeah.
give me something that excites me, and nothing has come out lately that has done that. So,
I got something coming out that I'm going to buy.
it's never coming out.
It's not. It's Bigfoot. It's what it is.
It's a PD-10.
It ain't coming
It's gonna
out.
make it out.
It's not gonna make it.
It's gonna come out.
I'm gonna see it when it comes out.
It's gonna hide in the woods.
I've been
That's what it's
talking
gonna
about
be.
it for 2 freaking years now.
Yeah.
I haven't bought any other gun yet because I'm waiting for that PD-10. I want it. Surprised you don't have one already. You've got enough. I'm surprised you don't have like an N. Get yourself a free one.
There may be one in the gun room somewhere, sitting behind an ammo can that I forgot about. No, I'm curious to see it when it comes out. You got me excited to see it, so I'm waiting for it to come out. And if it's crap, you'll never hear the end of it.
Well, at least I know you're listening to the podcast. So we've determined that when it does come out, it's going to be in the hand of Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Sasquatch is going to have it.
Yeah, serious. The preferred carry of Bigfoot everywhere.
Because it's never going to see it.
Never going to see it.
Never going to see it. So, what have I done? Ask me what I've done, Dean.
Hey, what have you done, Dean? I mean, what have you done, Todd?
Yeah, not a whole lot. I had a class today.
You did?
It was a small class, which it felt really. I have these large classes for the permit classes.
Uh-huh.
Felt really good to have a smaller class.
How many people?
I had like 7 people. 2 people are going to.
Tiny.
Well, it's June. The weather just pretty much around here. The weather just kind of straightened out.
Yeah.
So people are going camping, and there's been like a lot of baseball tournaments and stuff over the weekend. I know a lot of people were out of town for those things. So I had 2 people that they're going to come back and do the shooting portion later. Uh-huh. This woman couldn't do the shooting portion because she's actually allergic to the sun.
What?
Yeah,
really?
Her liver doesn't process the sun or vitamin B or D or whatever it is. Yeah. It's pretty interesting. So
that's wild.
Does she have what's called porphyria?
I didn't ask because I've never heard of porphyria, and I didn't know to ask her that.
Interesting. 'Cause porphyria is what they originally think that vampires were. From coming up from this disease, they thought it was an actual disease.
If you get close, I wonder if she's glittery.
Right? Does she sparkle?
Does she sparkle?
Team freaking Edward, or
you're like you've never seen that movie.
Yeah. I've seen a clip.
I was gonna say because I've got teenage daughters, so
Yeah.
I've seen it numerous times.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. I tried to watch it. I became physically ill. I had to leave the room.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was kind of a dare thing that I watched it. I'm
really?
Like, yeah. Well, we had.
Oh.
He's making excuses now.
No. I have the absolute worst movie ever. Scary movie.
You own that?
No, but I should. It is me and my brother. He's in the filmmaking, and I helped him out with some films, and he's made a few short films. Anyway, got into filmmaking and collecting the worst of the worst. The Scary Movie is the easiest for anybody to get. You guys can get it. It's not one of those things that hard to find that you download. It's had 10 downloads. This one's easy to get, and it is so painful. I challenge you, you will not last through it. You will turn it off.
It's so bad.
It is awful. It is awful.
I'm gonna have to do some digging now on Dean's computer.
You can't last.
worse than Twilight? Worse than Titanic?
So much.
Worse than Hope Floats?
I'm painful.
Worse than The Notebook?
It's on a whole different level.
Oh my gosh!
You will turn it off.
I even tried to read The Notebook once. I used to work at Arizona State. I sat in the visitors' parking lots in the booth and took tickets and people's money as they left. And someone left a copy of Nicholas Sparks.
You read a Nicholas Sparks book?
I tried. I'm like, oh, I want to get in touch with my feminine side here. I can talk about this with girls, right? So I read. I got through one page, and same thing as watching Twilight. I got physically ill. I threw it in the trash. I don't care whose book it was.
Right.
Well,
that would be terrible if I got the name wrong. Everybody's like, that ain't that bad.
So anyhow, so I had 5 people stay and shoot, and they all had shot before, and pretty competent with the firearm. So it was really quick, went really smooth, and everyone just had a good time.
What did they bring? What did they shoot?
No, we had MMP 9mm 2.0. We had an XD9. We had a Kimber 9mm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that brings us. We'll talk about that.
Was it a 1911 variant?
Yeah, it was a 1911 variant. So you have 1911 and you have 1911 variants, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, 1911 is chambered in a 45.
Yeah.
Right.
That's because God has handcrafted that round himself according to the 45.
Only a 45.
That's right. And then you have variants.
Yeah.
Which is the 9mm, the 380s, whatever the hell else they've bastardized. But so if you carry a 9mm, you don't really carry a 1911. You carry a 1911 variant.
Yeah, it's a variant.
And I hate it when people try to put them all together.
I remember that. I was listening to that podcast.
You were listening to that podcast. That was on the last podcast.
Was it? Oh,
yeah. It's crazy. Yep. So good class today. Everyone shot well, went smooth. I've got my race this weekend, and then after that, I have my second ladies class.
Good. How did the first one go?
Oh my God, it was freaking fantastic. I'm having one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and like 4 or 5 women in the morning and like 5 or 6 in the afternoon. I can't remember exactly, but wonderful, because all we do is work on their shooting. We dial them in. They have a great time. We dial them in. It's not just bang, bang, bang like in the concealed carry permit class. You go out there, you dial them in, you teach them different techniques. We did some fun stuff where we went up to the up close to the target, and we shot as we were backing away, and they shot fast, kind of did what they call the zipper type deal. This next class, we're going to teach them how to actually draw and fire from a holster, teach them how to shoot through a purse. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff. So they're fun classes.
That does sound like
very
a lot of fun.
Like 3 or 4 hour classes.
Did they all? I'm just curious. Did anyone bring a revolver to that class?
Nope.
They're all
no
pistols.
Revolvers that I can recall. But I'm getting old, and I remember like yesterday. And I tell everyone this too. I drive around in a truck all day. I drive around in a truck filled full of pesticides. Okay.
You got a bad case of CRS.
Something, yes. Yeah. I can't remember very well. Tarver's like, well, why am I
don't know what a CRS is.
Right.
That's why
can't remember shit.
Can't remember shit. Yeah. So other than that, and I decided I'm going to carry my my 45 shield on my races.
Are you really?
I am.
You're going with the big.
I'm going to go with the little
caliber
shield, the 45.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a holster that I put on my chest that I strapped on. The one that I found that would do it without me having to build it was like $200, and someone's already spent $200 on a freaking holster, and I didn't want to spend $200 more on another.
You already did it once. What's keeping you from doing it again? If you spend that $200, you're gonna have to put band-aids on your nipples or shave your nipples.
Probably he's gonna freaking.
It's gonna cover it. It's gonna cover them up, though, right?
And by the way, we do talk about shaved nipples on this show.
Yeah, I try and avoid the topic altogether.
Especially when you got people sending you pictures of them.
That's right. Yeah, I've got a couple
shaved
pictures.
Nipples.
We had to shut that down quick.
As long as this door behind me is not locked, we'll be all right. If it locks, we're going to have some trouble.
I don't know. Dean, did you lock that?
Oh, shoot.
Click. Right. But no, so I'm going to carry it in the pocket of my little hydration vest. It holds really tight, and it straps on, real good, straps tight across your chest so it doesn't move. And so I'm going to carry. It's going to print like crazy, and I'm just.
So is it going to be like a shoulder carry rig? Does it carry under?
No, it'll be right here.
Okay.
So kind of, it'll be like a cross straw.
Kind of about where your spleen is.
I've been running with it for a while, and it seems to hold in there just fine.
It doesn't slip out.
I do is I've got Kydex holster deal that velcros onto my belly band when I use it, and then I can actually stick it in there and it actually sticks. The velcro sticks the material, and I pop it into that Kydex holster.
Okay.
So if I fall on the rocks,
do you make sure that the magazine is half out and you have it cocked back?
I do. Yeah, I do, and I make sure I'm using
the slide is locked back.
An SCCY magazine.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
because they're really durable.
Oh yeah. You know it. You
don't want to bust one of those.
Safety first.
Yeah. Right. Safety is always safety first. Yeah. So today is we're going to get into talking to Kevin here. Today is a first for the podcast. I've been saying I'm going to do this from day one. I'm going to get someone in here. I'm going to get a guest. Welcome, guest.
Hello.
Welcome, Kevin.
I'm going to get a guest in here. We're going to talk to them about their self-defense story or whatever the hell it is they want to talk to us. By the way, Kevin is one hell of a cook.
Really?
Oh, my. You would love his freaking cooking. What's that shit you made for me one day?
What an endorsement, man.
Oh, my gosh.
It was chicken and andouille gumbo.
Oh, good grief. It was awesome. So, yeah. It's good stuff, man. I've been meaning to talk to you, actually, because there's actually, I don't know where to order it from. There's, it's kind of like a sausage made out of rice. God, what's it called? I can't.
Sausage made out of rice.
It's like a poor man's sausage.
Not boudin.
Boudin.
Oh, yeah.
I love freaking boudin. I want to get me some boudin.
You got the boudin balls or the boudin links?
I want the links and the balls.
What he's trying to say is it the Frank or the beans?
Okay.
Stick with the ball. If any, you can Google or YouTube boudin links. It's not something you want to see. It's not something you want to see somebody eat either.
Okay.
The boudin balls are basically without a casing and they're rolled up and fried.
Okay.
They're the stuff.
They're
those.
good.
Yeah.
I'll have to get some of those maybe after my race. But anyhow, that could take us off into a whole nother podcast. You need to start a new podcast talking about
boudin balls.
Boudin balls. So anyhow, Kevin, tell us. You've talked a little bit about yourself so far. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Not a lot to say. Live in Twin Falls now. Come from Louisiana. Telling you the story.
Short stint in California.
Short stint in California. Got divorced in Louisiana. That's as far away as I could get. So
okay, gotcha.
I ran till I hit the ocean and stayed there a little while and needed some country. So I came to Idaho. But yeah, I was telling you a story. I went back for a visit there. It's not that big of a story, but it's one of those that how fast things can happen. Basically, I was driving an RV, a small one, van RV. I don't know what you call them. Van RVs.
Little RV.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm driving through a nice part of Baton Rouge. Missed my turn, had to cut through a parking lot. The back of these stores, these grocery stores and stuff, have big fences behind them to hide their dumpsters and receiving areas. So, if I'm making any sense there, I passed that, cut back through, and as I'm passing through there to get back onto the road that I missed, I see this guy just dropping bombs. I mean, he's throwing haymakers into his truck. And his legs and hands are coming out kicking, and this is a woman in there. So I'm like, oh, my God, what did I...
What'd you drive into?
Yeah.
Where's the way out?
What the hell is this?
Get out of here.
So basically, I pulled up right behind him. I'm like, he'll see somebody here. He stopped real quick. Didn't stop. So I grabbed my firearm. I'm about to get out and confront him. Then I remembered I got people in this RV. I'm going to his vehicle. I don't know what he's got.
Mama was in there.
Yeah. So if we get into an exchange, I got people behind me that may, they're in the line of fire. So anyway, pulled over 50 yards, the opposite direction, got out, started walking back. Luckily, before I got there and it got into a situation where firearms were involved, a couple of guys ran out of the back, spooked him enough that she took off in the truck, got away, and at that point, I just let the cops deal with it. called them.
She just drove off?
But she was in the truck.
She was in the truck.
He was outside of the truck hitting on.
So she just tore ass out of there.
Yeah,
Wait
she
for
got
the cops.
behind the wheel. He let go for a few minutes. She got behind the wheel, threw it in drive, and punched it. And then he's just standing there like a dummy. And I'm like, you're fine right now? Okay. Situation's de-escalated. It's but you start coming this way, it ain't going to be pretty for you. Because
what were you carrying?
Shield 40.
A 40, okay.
Yeah, and I know. I need to go to the 45. I have the 45.
Yeah, I think you need to go to the 9.
I gave away the 9.
I know, but you need to go to the 9. Where were you carrying at the time?
Position?
Yeah.
An ankle holster.
An ankle holster. So you would have had to drop down and
no,
drop.
I was sitting in an RV. It was right there.
Gotcha. So what would you have done had? What was your plan, or did you have a plan at that moment if she hadn't driven off? If people hadn't walked out and it was just you and him and her, what was your plan? Do you know what you would have done, or are you just kind of seeing what kind of happened?
I was trying to be ready for whatever was happening, not knowing what's going to happen, and it looked bad enough that I'm like, somebody's got to stop this guy. He's going to kill her.
Right.
He was swinging. There was no. You never know. Maybe this couple does this every Tuesday and they get back together every Wednesday. You never know. You got those people.
Maybe she owed him money.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe the receipts ain't adding up. But for whatever reason, I was like, she's going to get hurt bad or killed. So if it came to that, I was ready for that. But it's one of those things that happens so fast you can't really think about it. You just can't. And it's a strange situation because before you know it, you're in it. And what I was always taught when I was in law enforcement is that if you walk into a situation with a firearm, it is an armed confrontation. Period.
Yes.
Period. Because if somebody gets a lucky shot on you or you anything like that, they now have access to your firearm. You just entered a gun into a fight.
Right.
Now they can get it, use it on you, use it on her, use it on whatever.
So you better be willing to use it and do what you need to with it.
So for the two reasons, you're not taking this gun from me. We're not going to sit here and slap box each other back and forth, and you're going to let her go. You're going to put a stop. You're going to stop right now. And luckily, before I got to that moment, it ended. But it was one of those things where I was going to. You just do what you got to do and hope everything works out at the end.
Who called law enforcement?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you have to let them know? Did you let them know that, hey, you had a firearm on you? I don't know what you have to do in Louisiana.
Been a while since I've been there, so I'm not sure.
Did it come up? Did they ask you? Did you say you're armed since you hadn't drawn your...
He saw my ankle holster. Because I'm sitting there with sweatpants, right? Long cross-country drive, so you want to be comfortable. And when I get in or out, I checked all the laws on where I can carry with my license and where I can't. And I think it's just one state. But anyway, wherever I can carry, when I got to get out, I'm carrying. And so I kept it on my ankle most of the time. And when I did pull it out, I just snatched my pants leg up, grabbed it, and when the cop got there, he saw the ankle holster on the rig on my ankle, so he knew what was going on. He was a good guy.
Did he ask about it?
No, he looked a few times.
He's trying to locate where that thing is.
Yeah, he kept looking. He was a good guy, though.
But he was discreet about it. Yeah.
Well, you could tell for him it's like probably the fifth call like that he's dealt with. He's like, all right, no big deal.
Pretty good crime down there?
A lot.
I mean, I've never been there. I would imagine, where you have larger amounts of people, obviously.
But it wasn't that bad until Katrina. And once Hurricane Katrina hit, you had the population of Baton Rouge almost double.
Oh, wow.
Overnight.
And it wasn't able to support
just refugees?
Yeah.
Just people, refugees from the storm.
The majority of people from New Orleans went to Baton Rouge or Houston. So now the people from Baton Rouge and Houston are having their little beefs because, you're not from Houston. This one's from New Orleans. I'm like, what are you proud of? You're not there anymore. Stop it. But same thing with Baton Rouge, and it's just so many more people and it's so many more people that law enforcement, they know their areas. They know who to watch out for. They know this guy's cousin. You kind of know everybody. You kind of know what's going on. You'll get some people pop in, but you know the areas. Well, when you have a population increase like that, you got hundreds of thousands of people you don't know just showing up, and desperate people who just lost everything. So, yeah, not good. I would recommend. I had somebody telling me when I was going, they're like, "Oh God, I can't wait to go to." Don't you go?
It's not good yet.
Yeah, you better know where you're going.
What was your mental state like that? I mean, you feel. I know you know. Did your heart rate increase? Did you feel all that?
No.
Anything?
Well, you've been in law enforcement.
Yeah.
What was your job? What did you do in law enforcement?
It was mostly I was a correctional officer.
He didn't need a gun in law enforcement. He had freaking guns.
Yeah. Well, there was one time I had to. This was the first time I had to pull a gun on someone. In that, and I had to break up something, and I'm the rifleman, so I'm drawing down. And what was funny is, it's almost an out-of-body experience sometimes. You kind of, everything's slow, and it's like, what's going on?
Right.
And then for that moment, when it was hammer time, everything, like the angels sang, and everything stopped, and we had eye contact, and it was like, I mean, hair, just a split second from see you later, buddy. It stopped, and it's like, okay, well, I don't have to do this. What was weird is after I didn't have to do anything, the adrenaline dump hit.
Yeah.
My finger started shaking so much from the adrenaline. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't even thinking about it too much. But my finger was sitting there. I had to take it off and press it as hard as I could into the side of the rifle because I was afraid I was going to shoot the guy. And then I was afraid if he saw me shaking, he would think I was scared. And then, okay, well, you might try and make a move.
Weakness.
Yeah. Well, if you make a move.
Because you were you worked in the prison system.
Yeah, well, it's 223. I mean, I'm
yeah,
poke holes up in you. So it was
Well, we talk about that in my class. We talk about the stuff that you may or may not go through as a person if you have to draw your firearm. I mean, you kind of just touched on it there. You got adrenaline dump. You've got tunnel vision. You've got, I mean, everything. Time dilation. You name it. You just said it all right there.
Yeah, both of those incidents had the almost out of body experience thing that just slow and it's like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I know what you're getting at.
Please don't do that.
I know what you're getting at. I've never actually had to aim my handgun at someone, but I've drawn it a couple of times, and the one time especially, I mean, I can remember just like you explained this, I can remember every detail very vividly. Because it's like everything slowed down. And when I'm telling you about it, in my mind, it's slowed down. They got out of the little Ford Ranger. I drew that. You know what I'm saying? You heard me recount the story. You probably listened to that episode, too.
Yeah.
Everything. But I remember every little detail. Because in my mind, everything's slowed down. It's insane how it works. But, story, though.
I think the important thing to come away from this.
Sure.
Is from what happened to you is you've had experience de-escalating problems. You've had experience dealing with aggravated people before through your job, and so this isn't just like some Joe Blow like me off the street walking up saying, "Hey, buddy, leave her alone, or I'll shoot your balls off."
No, I think it's the same thing. I mean,
but you've had training in it. You've experienced it. You know what to expect.
We don't tell them we're going to shoot their balls off.
Right.
Of course, that's down in Louisiana. They're going to shoot you with the boudin balls.
Shoot the boudin balls off.
No, it's really not something you can prepare for. You try to and do the training. I don't want to make that sound funny. I'm afraid I'm leaving off key points in any story I'm telling also because kind of bouncing around here. So if somebody critiques this and says, "My Lord, that dude's crazy," no, I probably just left something out.
You know what? If you want to critique it, if you want to say something, we appreciate emails. Give me some feedback. Go on. Sorry.
But it's one of those things you do and you do and you do and you try and get ready for it, but when it actually happens, it's strange.
Does all the training go out the window like they say, or
no? Because I in a way, yeah, and in a way, no. It's kind of hard to explain, but like that adrenaline dump. It was so much, so fast. And I mean, like I said, it was already de-escalated. When it was over is when the adrenaline hit. When it was happening, I was okay. When it was over, I had, we were still at a standoff, but it was over. All right, the moment the fire was going to happen,
it peaked and then it was on the downhill.
Yeah, it just stopped. It just froze right there for a second. Didn't have to go through with anything. Everybody stopped. I'm like, all right. Then is when it hit, and it was so bad. I mean, hands shaking, knees shaking. It's like, jeez. But my hands were shaking so bad, I was afraid I was going to shoot the guy.
Well, then that's why I always preach, train, go out and shoot, do everything you can afford to do. Because if you're ever in a scenario like this, your shot rate and different stuff will go out the window and drop by 80%. But if you've got nothing to base it on to begin with, you're really screwed.
Yeah. Do the training, do the drills, do the. That's why everybody does it. That's why everybody does it. They keep doing it over and over, because it'll get you through those moments of when you get that out of body slow motion thing. You just start doing it, and it gets you to that point. But yeah, just little stuff like the adrenaline you can't get ready for. It's not something to prep for.
It's freaking heavy. That's deep, man.
Yeah. I guess. Was that deep?
That was deep. I liked it. That was good. And you were so nervous to come on here.
Well, I'm usually invited places for my looks. And now and now I'm here speaking.
So I want you to say something real Louisianan.
I don't know.
Say something. Strong accent. Say something you'd hear down there. Something you've said before.
Include Piggly Wiggly in it.
Win Dixie, baby.
I'm really drawing a blank. I mean, like I said, here's where it's come from. I just heard a clip of what I'm sounding like on some feedback, and my God, it sounds country. I'm like, good Lord. Who is that?
That's good enough. That is good enough right there. You said that, and you said boudin balls. We're freaking...
Boudin balls.
Boudin balls.
Crawfish etouffee.
Oh, see,
yeah.
Did you hear that?
Do you speak French?
No. No, but crawfish etouffee, everybody.
Everyone knows how to say that.
Laissez les bon temps rouler. There's little phrases everybody.
Say it again.
Gotcha.
Laissez les bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll.
There you go.
Say it again. What?
That's
what that means?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I was ordering a beer, man. No, it's when I would call back and I hear some people talking, good Lord, they sound country.
Did you ever move back there?
Would I ever now?
Yeah.
I get homesick and want to go back sometimes. And then I just had a visit. And I'm pulling a gun in the back of a grocery store behind the grocery. I'm like, you know what? Maybe not.
Maybe
not. Maybe that's over.
Around here, though, I mean, I won't say it's as rough as down there, but good Lord, it's getting rougher and rougher and rougher around here. We were talking earlier about that story. I think it happened it was on Sunday down at Rock Creek Park. Some gal was down there walking her dogs. Some, creepy dude comes out of the bushes, runs toward her, growling like a dog.
Crazy.
Pulled his knife out and was trying to chase her down. She let go of her dogs. They chased after him. And so she went the opposite direction, jumped in the creek, and floated down the creek to get away from him. He eventually ran back to his truck and left. And they still haven't caught the guy. And that's here locally.
Holy crap.
That's not even in the bad part of town, really. I mean,
is there a bad part of town?
Oh,
in Twin Falls?
Yeah. When I moved here, they told me I was in the bad part of town. They're like, oh, my God. You just moved in the bad.
And you only lived in two places, right? In Twin?
In Twin, yeah. Yeah, same part of town.
Yeah, I would say you were kind of in the... But that was a really nice neighborhood out there now.
Yeah, but I left Paris, California. And I left them because we had a neighbor across the street that woke up one night. It started with my next-door neighbor. And houses in California, if you open up your window, you can reach out and touch the other house.
What part of California is Paris in? Where's that?
Riverside.
Okay. Where's Riverside?
Right below Orange County.
In California.
Okay, LA area. Kind of.
South of it.
South of LA. Okay.
Yeah, it's in Southern California. It's in Southern California.
Southern California. Okay.
Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino. Next door neighbor. We wake up, the dog's barking. I'm like, what is the dog barking for? I finally look outside, and there's guys in plain clothes running 223s, man, hitting the house, just ripping the doors down. Look up, here's a helicopter. And I'm like, oh, shit. Oh my gosh.
What's going on?
Hey, get back in the house. I'm like, okay.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah. I'm standing there in my shorts. I'm like, get back in the house. Okay. Calm down, man. So, yeah, my next door neighbor's house was a meth house.
Oh, my.
Yeah. The downturn in 08 hit pretty hard out there. You didn't even feel it here. But anyway, then about 2 weeks later, across the street this one was right next door. About 2 or 3 weeks later, across the street, same thing. You look out, here's the helicopter. I'm like, oh, shit.
Another one.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? It's time to get out of here.
Was it another drug bust?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And then, like, 200 yards away, a guy was murdered standing at the stop sign. I'm like, all right, I got a kid. It's time to move. Let's go to Idaho. And then I got here, and they told me, you're in a bad part of town.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, man, you ain't got no helicopters or prostitutes running around the streets. You ain't got nothing, man. If this is the bad part of town, it's all right. I can deal with it.
Serious, yeah. Seriously.
So there's a difference in bad parts of town. Yeah,
I guess, but for us, having some guy growl at you and pull a knife on you, chase you through the park,
that's
not real normal.
That's not good.
That's not real normal around here.
Well, at least she had her dogs to sick on them.
She did, and dogs not a bad way to go if you got them, you know.
But she didn't have a handgun.
But she didn't have a handgun.
Or a mace. Or a knife. Or anything.
Yeah. And I personally think if you're going to be in Rock Creek Park, you need
something,
if not all of the above.
Right.
That place gives me, I don't like going down there very much myself. I know a lot of people walk down there, but nothing against homeless people. There's a lot of homeless people down there that can get pretty feisty.
Pretty aggressive.
A lot of them are homeless for a reason. A lot of them are addicted to stuff that made them homeless.
And mental health issues.
Mental health issues, big time.
And they're not thinking right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a bad week for women walking dogs, man. You heard about the lady in Florida?
No.
Oh, I read that story.
Yeah. She's walking her dog along the lake, and somebody said they spotted it. At first, it sounded kind of funny. I'm like, well, what'd you do? Said an alligator got her. And they pulled the alligator out of the water, and the lady's arm was in its stomach. I'm like, phew.
Oh,
right.
Man.
Yeah.
That's in Florida?
Yeah.
You got a bunch of gators down in Louisiana, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let me ask you this question. This is because this, like in here, around here, if I was in town, depending on where I was at, and I had a vicious dog come at me and grab onto me or my kid or something like that, and I had a firearm, I'd defend myself.
Right.
You able to shoot a gator down there?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
It's freaking sweet.
Yeah, you can shoot. Pretty much. If anybody sees one, I mean, if he comes up, well, depending on your area, if you're down in swamp areas, it happens. If you're not, you'll still get one show up every now and then, and you'd be lucky to be the first one to shoot it. People are going to eat that thing.
Oh, really?
Gators.
Okay.
Yeah. Gators, good.
Yeah, they're going to shoot him and have him fried up. So
that'll be
delicious.
Yeah, you got to carry just to be the first one to get off a shot, because they want him. And not only that, pets, dogs, little children, perfect size for them. So
I'd bait them bastards in with chihuahuas. Shoot them and eat them. That'd be freaking awesome.
Now, that might be illegal. That might be frowned upon.
Yeah. What? I would. Eating gators awesome.
I've never had it.
So did you guys see the article about that FBI agent over in Colorado?
Yeah, doing the flip.
Which one?
Doing the flip.
Was he at a nightclub? What was he doing?
He was a nightclub.
A nightclub, right?
He was a nightclub. There's a video. He was dancing.
He should be fired for the dance.
I think he should be.
It was horrible.
Was he white?
I think so.
Yeah, he must have been.
Yeah, he was.
He must have been white if he's doing flips.
He did a flip.
Was bad.
His gun fell out, skittered across the floor, which was kind of like, whoa. But then he reached over to pick it up, put his finger on the trigger, and the damn thing went off.
Yeah.
So he was drunk to boot.
Yeah, I'm sure. So
that's not his story.
The thing I thought was when they got it on video, he reached down, he grabbed it, the gun went off, he ended up shooting some guy. He grabbed it, picked it up off the gun, put it in his holster, and he walked away like this with his hands up like it wasn't me.
Just walked away?
Like it was on video.
Like he was trying to get back in the crowd.
Like he's trying to go back to dancing.
He walked up and he's like, I'm like, really, dude? Everyone just saw that. Someone recorded that.
It's like that famous Michael Jordan shoulder shrug.
So I got to point out 2 things here. He's carrying smaller back. Shitty place to carry. Horrible, crappy place to carry smaller back. And then his gun fell out of his freaking holster. I think he should be like the poster boy for our hashtag crappy carry. Right?
Well, what was that guy, ATF, who shot himself in the leg at the classroom?
Oh, gosh.
I thought it was DEA. Yeah,
Might have
it was
been
DEA.
That was funny. I'm the only one allowed to handle this. Is that the one you're talking about?
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Shot himself. And
I'm all right.
He keeps on.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Keeps on with the class.
Yeah.
Tries to make himself an object lesson.
Yeah, it's freaking hilarious.
The teachers had to stop it. Like, no,
No,
that's enough.
No. Go to the hospital.
Yeah, we're done here.
You're bleeding everywhere. We got.
Well, he wanted to keep carrying a gun. I'm like, no, I think I'm done with that. I think you need to put that away. Scary stuff.
What's he doing? Pulling the thing out and waving it around in the middle
Doing
of
a
the class?
safety class.
Oh my gosh! With a loaded firearm, right? Keep that on your hip, you jackwagon.
Well,
oh my gosh!
He was doing a motivational speech to these kids in school, talking about how they want their Glocks, and I'm the only one trained enough to
carry a Glock.
Carry a Glock.
Bam.
Bang. Yeah, brother, I see that.
You are a highly qualified professional.
Oh, that's a classic. That's a classic video there.
Good.
So back to the FBI jackwagon. Carry a rig that holds your thing secure.
Yeah.
If you're
For
gonna be
shit's sake.
doing drunk backflip,
Yeah, or even if,
might want to leave it at home.
what if the guy's running trying to chase someone down? The thing's going to work its way out and fall out. And what are those ones that secure it that you have to go? Was that a Serpa? What are those?
They aren't the best, but they're Serpa.
They,
at least
they clamp it a little
maybe
better.
carry something that you have some kind of retention.
Yeah.
Some kind of level of retention.
Yeah.
That'd be what I would do.
Maybe don't get drunk or do drugs when you go to the nightclub and you carry.
I hope they take
nail
him
his
up
ass
on
to the
charges and yeah, because
He's got to go.
he's got to go.
He's got to go.
Shot someone and he's negligent. He shot someone. If he was drinking and he had it, that's against the freaking law. I mean, you name it. He was just an idiot. He looked like he was a freaking 40-year-old trying to be cool at the nightclub too.
The FBI is in enough hot water as it is with their leadership.
Right.
They don't need a dumbass like that making the regular.
That's
FBI
why the
guys look
dumbasses
bad.
are around, though.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he's not big enough to cover up for.
Yeah. He ain't gonna call up the Clintons and say,
done.
"Hey, I got a problem. Can you send a fixer over?"
He's done.
Yeah, he's done.
True.
So there's another guy, and I don't remember what town he was in. It wasn't locally, but he shot himself in the wiener.
He shot his.
He shot himself in the wiener. He was carrying appendix carry. He's using an Incog, G-code Incog right there, just like the one I
Just like this
just
one.
like the one I
in
have.
My. Okay, I almost said cold dead hands, but
Yeah, and I forget what handgun he said he was carrying.
it was a semi-auto, wasn't a.
It was a semi-auto. I want to say it was a Shield, and supposedly, according to them, he had the wrong holster for that gun, and
so it didn't fit right.
he had some kind of paper or some tissue shoved in there.
Sweet.
And when he reholstered, he shot himself in the ding dong.
He shot his.
Good Lord.
He shot himself in the ding dong.
What caliber was it?
I don't know. I think maybe it was a 9.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, I knew what you were fishing for there, buddy.
Fine. If it was a 45, there'd be nothing left. He'd have to go get gender reassignment surgery.
Maybe
that's all there is to
he
it.
didn't have anything anay.
I don't know. Bobby made it back from that.
What's that? Bobby did. Yeah,
Yeah,
he got it sewed back on. Yeah.
Yeah. We was talking about that the other day. I mean, how hilarious is that? You driving down the road. Hey, what is this? What
Remember
is
this
this?
stretch of highway, honey?
Look what I found. I mean, come on.
Oh.
Just found it in a field. Look, they're growing in the field. What would you do with that?
Right.
I'm like, ooh.
Where's the lost and found for that?
Let's
Right.
get out of here.
I mean, who do you call, right?
Right. Oh my gosh, they're growing them in this field now. Oh.
Yeah, that dude. Well, you talk about lucky. What was the odds of finding that? Anyway,
Right.
I rambled and drifted off a little bit.
That's okay. It's what
we got lots of rabbit trails around here. It's all
what
good.
we do here. Yeah. What about Boulder, Colorado? Did you guys hear about what they voted over there?
No.
Boulder, Colorado unanimously
No assault
votes
weapons.
to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. They figured the feds weren't doing anything about it, that they were going to.
No.
Man,
So what?
population stoned anyway. They don't
Oh, right. Serious. They don't give a shit anyway.
I don't care.
So what constitutes an assault weapon then?
According to them, it's like AR-15s, that kind of stuff. I read the article, but it didn't go into detail.
It didn't detail what their thinking was.
Yeah, it says
it didn't have a copy of the bill. It just said,
if you've had some for a while, you can go to like your police department, whatever, and get grandfathered in, and it gives you.
Yeah, you can.
Instead of having to get rid of them by July, you have until like the end of the year to get rid of them.
To register it, or just get rid of it.
I think get rid of them. Or something like that.
Yeah, so if you're dumb enough to go sign that piece of paper,
right?
Take your picture and thumbprints and serial numbers. Good for you, man.
Right, good job. So I got a buddy who's from Canada, and he tells me when they enacted their big
hoser
gun legislation that people would like go and register hair dryers. They would register mixers, like hand mixers. They would go and register squirt guns. Anything they could that was resembled a gun, they would go and register it just to overload the system and to be jackwagons about it.
Nice,
right?
I like that.
Yeah,
I got a couple crappy 22s. That's kind of the ones. That's the ones I'm going to use.
Those are the giveaways. Yeah,
those are the giveaways. That's right. The ones I'm giving if they knock on the door. Here, you can have this one.
Yeah, here, take it, man.
So is the
box
Nothing else
ammo
in here.
That's all I got, sir.
Don't mind the barrels and the cosmoline in the backyard.
Right? No, you don't smell cosmoline. No.
Just hanging some new sheetrock. That's
right. So they actually got away with passing that law.
They did.
Is anyone challenging it? Is it going?
Not. I don't.
I'd
have to read the article
again.
I don't think so. I mean, it may be repealed, but it was funny because the article goes into, well, the feds aren't going to do anything about it, and we encourage small towns and different towns to actually go through and
that's the
try
city ordinance, right?
Yeah, try to enact these ordinances and take care of it on the ground level instead of waiting for the feds to step in.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, make sure they don't read Heller.
Yeah,
Heller decision.
But how's a city? I understand that's a nice population. Boulder, you said, right?
Boulder.
Yeah, they got a decent size police force and everything. So, but still, how are they gonna? The city council gonna enforce that? I mean, good luck.
That's the question. That's the question on everything. Everyone talks about how they're never gonna ban our guns because they're gonna have to go freaking house to house to house to house, anywhere and everywhere, right?
They're gonna have to. Yeah.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah. Well, you saw Aceveda in Houston. He can't wait to take guns. He's been a commie his whole life anyway.
Is he the congressman?
No, he's a sheriff.
Oh.
Yeah, sheriff. I think he's a sheriff. Might be a chief of police. I believe he's a sheriff. I'm pretty sure of Houston. Yeah, he's making comments that. Oh, now I'm gonna pull a blank. He's never seen. God's never told him it was an inalienable right. So anyway, he's making these comments over and over throughout his career. He's a real Hillary supporter, man. He's not a good dude. But that's just like New Orleans. They did come take him. They did.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up because were you down there during all that?
No, I left right before Katrina hit. But they did take them.
Do you know anyone that lost them down there personally? No.
I didn't know that many people from New Orleans. I was more from Baton Rouge area. So yeah, I didn't, but they did take them. At least they took the ones they could find. But everybody, the famous where the team bust in and wrestles the old lady to the ground for her revolver.
Yeah,
you remember that one?
Yeah.
And they will do it. They will if they can. And as for you got a lot of police departments say they're not going to take them. They did.
Well, there's when I moved I moved to Kansas right before the Greensburg tornado hit. Remember that? Oh, come on. Yeah, you remember Greensburg. Big one, just destroyed the whole freaking town, gone. You don't remember that, Dean?
I have CRS too.
Okay. And that was right. I moved there right before that, and it took out the town. And it's pretty close to me. I wasn't right there, but it was within a few hours of me. And anyhow, it took out the town, and so people they weren't allowed back into their houses after it happened. They went through I don't know if it was the local authorities or SEMA or whoever. They went through and they couldn't go in and get their belongings that were left over. And when they did allow them back in, they found their safes open and all their firearms and everything were taken.
The authorities already went through.
Yeah, they went through and they took them. and they supposedly had gone through and made. I'm just coming from memory. This was a long time ago. But they'd gone through. Supposedly, they knew who went to, who owned what or what address they went to, and eventually the people were able to get them back. But they were all beat up and broke up, and they just like threw them in a pile. And some people didn't get all their stuff back. And if it was dead and it was great granddaddy's old gun that was worth a ton of money, it was like in 3 pieces, and it was all. They were all. A lot of them missing.
A lot of them missing out of New Orleans.
Yep.
A lot of very expensive weapons. Yeah, well, we didn't have it. We don't have a receipt for it or whatever. It's gone. Well, it's in somebody else's safe.
You can't prove. You can't prove that it was yours. You can't.
Yeah. And you heard different stories. I heard one story. Don't know if it's true or not. But there were some people that claimed they didn't give up nothing, didn't give an inch, and they kept moving. But the military also backed them up. It was, they say, well, we weren't going to take them. Well, you dancing around what's going on.
So the military backed up law enforcement?
Yeah.
They jumped in. They jumped in and took. They can't really do that. That's posse comitatus.
What they were hiding behind is, well, we're not going to take them. We're just here to back up law enforcement. In other words, if somebody comes out shooting, you're going to smoke them.
Right.
So you're taking them. You're applying the force. You might not put your hand on the weapon to take it, but you're taking it.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm sure it's not. This isn't what I'm sure this has been. I know this was brought up before because I remember listening to all the talk radio stuff on it. But yeah, that's when the military does something like that and acts on U.S. citizens on U.S. soil and takes away their rights. That's posse comitatus, I believe.
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
they are not supposed to do that.
Not supposed to, but they dance around a whole lot of things. Well, I was about to go down a big rabbit hole. So
go.
Go. Look at Waco.
Yeah, Ruby Ridge.
Yeah. Those helicopters.
All those started with firearms.
Yeah, those big old green helicopters. Well, yeah, I don't believe it was ever about the firearms to begin with.
Well,
anyway.
right, but they used those to get in the
exactly.
door.
Thank you. That was their
excuse.
Their saving grace was, well, we were here to get the firearms. How's that good? You just stop the guy and say, hey, man, you need to give me your firearms. They wanted to put on a show, but those big green helicopters sure didn't look like, ATF. ATF had to show up in cattle cars.
Right.
But they had big green helicopters. The military was involved in that. So they dance around it and hide around it all the time.
Yeah.
Trust who you want.
I'm thinking me and Tarver need to start our own podcast. Yeah, exactly.
You and George Norrie, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's true. What's his name? Now I'm gonna butcher his name.
Don't look at me,
Lon
buddy.
Horatio.
I'm lost already.
Somebody out there is screaming at me right now because they got it. He was the same sniper at Ruby Ridge. He was the same sniper at Waco. He just walking around sniping people.
Oh, for sure.
Idaho brought charges against the guy.
Oh yeah. And Ruby Ridge started all because of a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah.
That's what fired it. That he was coerced into making.
90%
of their FBI agent coerced that guy into making for him. Made it, and then well, you know the story from there.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of their terrorist bust. They'll find some poor kid, some idiot with about a 40 IQ.
Hey, here's a van full of fertilizer. I want you to drive this to Times Square.
Yeah. You need to bomb them. They give them fake bomb parts, and then I'm gonna bomb them. Get him, boys, get him. We gotta bomb them.
Okay, so the Patriot Defense Podcast.
That sounds bad, don't it? You better cut that out.
Yeah, no, there's pretty much no editing on this show.
Yeah, oh man, you're gonna have me visit it.
Well, there was another story talking about bureaucracy and the crappy government we have. Was it Florida where they because some pinhead couldn't log into the system, they had no NICS background checks for anyone that got a concealed carry permit.
Nice.
No one got them for like
just
a year.
Free.
Yeah, for 13 months because some bureaucratic pinhead took over a job, didn't get the password to log into the system, so they're like, I guess it's not important anyway. So they just passed everyone off without getting a background check for 13 months.
Talk about dialing it in, boy.
Right? Yeah.
Wasn't even there.
Let's tighten things up. Okay,
guys. Let's. We have a call still.
Oh, right.
I forgot my call. So Actually, we forgot Phillip's call.
Phillip
So
called his hotline.
He called. Yeah, Phillip called Phillip's hotline since Phillip's the only person that ever freaking called. Well, we got a few more calls every now and then, but
I'm gonna start calling.
okay, we're gonna go ahead and we will play this from Phillip.
Hey guys, it's Phillip. Yes, Mark, you're right. Indiana. Say with us, not Indiana. But I'm calling to take you up on your challenge about crappy carry. I didn't take pictures because it happened a couple weeks ago, but at Walmart, this kid, if he was legal to carry a gun, he was just barely legal. Short, maybe weighed 100 pounds soaking wet, wearing skinny shirts, like board shorts or something, plaid shorts. But he was carrying a fancy gun. He was carrying a Hipoint. And he wasn't even carrying it on, like, his waist. He was carrying it on his front pocket. So you put a gun that heavy on your front pocket, of course, it, kind of, like, slides down and tapes to the back and everything else. But I'm sure I'll find at least one or two more people to get you some crappy carry hashtags on. Talk a lot about crappy carry and holsters, stuff like that. What kind of holsters do you guys like? Do you guys carry? I switch kind of between two guns and two holsters. One gun I carry quite a bit is a Springfield XDS 9mm, and I've actually got like the factory holster for it, which is nice because it just slides right on and off my belt. And so I can slide it off and put it in my car and different stuff when I'm driving. But one thing I could never really get comfortable with was appendix carry. It might be because I didn't spend, $200 to get a foam wedge and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth speakers and all that. But yeah, well, like, what is your guys' definition of crappy holsters? I tend to stay away from any kind of like Uncle Mike's, or I'm not really a fan of leather either because it kind of deforms and get caught in the trigger and everything else. But I tend to stay with more like Kydex hard holsters. But hope to hear from the podcast.
That was Phillip calling the Phillip hotline, calling his own hotline because no one else freaking calls us. But Phillip, like always, we appreciate your call.
Right. Always stimulates good conversation.
It does.
Yeah.
He's got to get his own intro music now.
You got
right, serious. We need Phillip intro music.
I'll set something up.
Yeah, you get our head on
that.
Right? Like
I'll get right. I can't even find
like
this
outro music.
I can't even find this outro music.
Yeah.
I'm sending
It's gonna be
emails.
humming something.
I'm sending emails to these artists trying to get permission to use their song. No one freaking answers me back.
I'm going to record my daughter playing the piano next time she's practicing. We'll just use that. Right? My 9-year-old daughter playing.
That might be perfect.
Right.
So Dean, you're singing Twinkle,
Twinkle.
That'll be Tarver's intro music.
No, shoot. You can do something better than that.
There you go. Okay. Well, he talked about. I'm going to explain hashtag crappy carry, and then we'll get to his call. Hashtag crappy carry. Find a picture of someone carrying horribly. Go to Walmart. Walmart's a really good place to find these people. Okay. Someone carrying horribly. If you can somehow sneak a don't get your ass kicked or anything, but if you can somehow sneak a picture or shot, yeah. If you can somehow sneak a picture of this crappy carry, you can post it on my Instagram. You can post it on Patriot Defense Facebook page. Don't ask me what my Instagram is because I don't freaking remember.
Is that what hashtag is? Is that Instagram?
I don't. You can hashtag stuff on Facebook as well. But what it is, this is what I've came up with without asking someone to sound stupid.
Did you have to ask your 13-year-old daughter? Oh wait, she's 16 now.
I've asked her before. Yes.
Did she explain it?
I think my 12-year-old son knows what hashtag.
They just roll their eyes and walk away.
That too.
Oh,
they want money to explain shit to me.
Oh gosh.
Because they just know I'm going to ask again. It's a pretty good business.
Right, because you have CRS.
That's right. So, hashtag. If you put something on a picture on Facebook, you can mark it as hashtag crappy carry. Put it on Instagram, mark it as hashtag crappy carry. And what that does is if you click on hashtag crappy carry, it'll take you. You act like you know what's going on, do you?
Yeah, Twitter. Same thing.
It's a Twitter thing?
Yeah. Twitter came out with the hashtag put the hashtag crappy carry, click on it,
It takes
and
you
it'll
to
take
all
you
the
to every
hashtag,
who's
every
ever
post.
put that in their post.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be darned.
So I want to, and there's not that many of hashtag crappy carry. In fact, I think I'm actually the one to start this one. I looked, I couldn't find anything.
You're a trendsetter.
I'm a trendsetter.
Right here in the little old Buell, Idaho.
I want to fill up hashtag crappy carry. Okay, I want to see all these crappy carries. Now's the time, man. It's getting hot. People are wearing less. You can see their freaking firearms. They're not hiding with a freaking coat. I mean, you got
falling out everywhere.
Good freaking butt crack carry. I mean,
Panis carry, keister carry,
carry, keister carry, all that good stuff. So that's what we want to hear about. So Phillip saw someone carrying hashtag crappy carry, a Hipoint at the store. Was it Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart.
Oh, go figure, Walmart.
For Pete's sake.
He's carrying a 12-pound Hipoint in his board short pockets. I'd imagine those board shorts are probably pulled down to his freaking knees.
He probably
at
had to
that
wear
point.
suspenders underneath his shirt to keep his britches up.
Up.
But if you run out of ammo, you can beat somebody to death with that thing.
You know, as much,
Right?
and I said this,
And if you find a bullet, it'll still shoot.
lifetime warranty on that bad boy. I will say this: we give Hipoint a bunch of crap, but you know what? They shoot and they shoot and they shoot, and you know what? They're pretty freaking accurate. The ones I've saw that have come through class have not had any problems with them at all. They'll run, and they're slow and they're big and they're freaking ugly, but they will run.
How's the trigger?
Crap.
It's terrible.
Even the sound, you can hear High Point on the range. Look, look.
Well, and the slide.
There's so much mass in it, you can hear it.
Yeah, it's like, and it's like it's rattling back into place, but it keeps firing. I was actually going to get an High Point because everybody hates them, and it's kind of
It's your gun confiscation gun.
yeah. Well, no, I was gonna bring it to the range. But I was going to mill down the top of it, put $1,000 ACOG on top of it. On top of a High Point.
That costs 3 times as much, right?
Yeah. So I could go in there and just misquote and say some stupid stuff and
Freaking mall ninja. Mall ninja.
Yeah, and fire off my High Point with my, people tell me optics is everything. And just see what kind of response I get.
Fall blart at the range.
Yeah, just show up at a range you hadn't been to before, and I think I would guarantee you I'd be on it. If it didn't go viral, people would try. They would start throwing that around. I'd have to try it, but I never did it, and but I wanted to. I still want to.
It's really cool though when you watch someone shoot it because the slide moves so slow. I just wanted to like reach out and like stop it.
You grab it mid cycle.
So I know a guy that he had a 380 we were shooting, and I shot it, and it was
wow, 380 at High Point.
Yeah, dead nuts accurate.
No,
like you've never seen before. I drilled that bullseye just repeatedly, boom, boom. I mean, just
I bet it had
hole.
like no recoil.
It was so free. It weighed 48 pounds.
Yeah, I was wondering
and the
how
slide goes
380 would.
And I just wanted to go just grab it and see if I could cause a malfunction or something.
No, but you can stop it, but you can't. I got to be honest, man. You can't hardly break those things.
They're built like a freaking Sherman tank.
Yeah, it's like a piece of.
You've never shot
railroad.
one, have you?
No, I never have.
It might be worth just going and picking one up for the $150 it's going to cost me just
to see if you could make it malfunction.
Just to make fun of and play with.
I don't know. Bury it in the gopher hole and then dig it up next February 2nd.
Chain it up the truck and drag it down Clear Lakes.
I guarantee you it'll shoot.
Dig it up next spring and see if it sees a
shadow.
We'll
see if it'll go from here to Jarbidge.
Dragging me on the Scout all the way.
Scout, yeah.
Up get to the campsite, and then
do the freaking crick. I bet you'd shoot.
Yeah, it'll shoot. Those things will shoot, man. I wouldn't want one. I'd kind of be embarrassed, At least if I shoot you, you're gonna be impressed and say, "Man, did you see what that guy shot me with?"
Yeah, guy shot me with a nice weapon.
Man, that was nice. Jeez, I feel classy. Not no High Point, but they will shoot.
Yes, they will. Sideways. They like to go sideways.
Oh God!
And they like it when you throw the bullets.
Yeah,
this is why we need the Facebook Live video up.
I could have done that with the ACOG on.
You could have.
Yeah.
Just rack the slide, catch the bullet in midair,
You're like,
throw it.
You do this, and the ACOG would fly off of it. Rejected.
Well, I assume it's got enough That's a hunk of steel. It's like a railroad track, man.
It is.
So I figured I could mill it down enough to set that thing on there. But I'd have to act real serious about it. And I think everybody would, look at this dude here. Look at this clown.
You know what?
He's got a high point.
You know what you could do? You could ankle carry it.
No, I probably couldn't.
Pull your socks down. You end up stepping on it. It ends up in your shoe.
The weight of one of those things, when you get 45 or something, it's like, good grief. And then it's got that old single stay. They're beautiful. I love them. They're just great.
Have you ever really looked at one close?
I had a nephew that showed me his.
The freaking
several
slides
years
are like
ago.
that wide.
It's awesome.
Wow.
You could eat dinner off that.
You can drive nails with that thing. Well, like I said, I enjoy crappy movies and stuff.
And crappy firearms.
No, I don't own one. I actually have a lot of cool stuff and no crap. But to have one as a joke to bring out when somebody's shooting, hey, look at what I got. Right. It's awesome. It's a couple $100. What is it? $200, $150?
Oh, it's like $160.
Oh man, all the laughs you get out of that thing.
Go over it. Go.
It's worth it.
Go over to D&B Supply and pick one up from Mark. And not only do they have them in black, they've got them in like Muddy Girl camo, and Digi camo,
no shit,
and you name it.
Get out of here, really?
Yeah,
they're colored.
They're all colored. Yeah,
that costs more than the gun.
Well,
right,
yeah.
the coating would, right?
You don't want to lose your high point. You can get that Muddy Girl camo. It's like purple and pink and stuff.
Oh, well, you get Sasquatch running after you. That happens.
Just the laughs. It's so worth it. It's so worth having one.
So when are you going to buy one?
Huh?
When are you going to buy one?
A couple of years ago when I was in a little bit of a buying spree.
You're still going to buy one right now, right? $150, dude.
I've been so busy I hadn't been shooting.
Well, you got to come out here and go shooting with us.
Well, I kind of gave away the story now. Kind of ruined it. But I'd still like to get one.
Oh, we still shoot it.
But, well, I tell you what. Instead of spending, I'm kind of spiking here.
Oh, don't worry about it. You're good.
Instead of getting an ACOG, I already have an EOTech, so I could mill that down. That way it wouldn't even cost me anything.
Yeah, but you've already got it, yeah.
Yeah. Just go ahead and put that thing on there.
You know what you should do? You don't have to mill it down. I'd use some of that like 3M adhesive tape right to the top of it.
Because it moves so slow. It's not going to come
Velcro.
off.
Heavy-duty Velcro.
It might hold it. It might hold it.
Freaking Loctite or something.
But it would still be hilarious.
Oh, it would be freaking awesome.
Not only that, I got the EOTech with the AA battery, so it's long.
You know what you need, though? You could whip it out and have one of those arm braces. Shoulder.
I got a shoulder rig.
Yeah.
A leash?
No, you brace it, you whip it out, and it makes you got to use an arm brace or it turns it into an SBR.
Oh,
yeah,
I got
you whip it out.
yeah.
It's so heavy and powerful, the almighty high point.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool. Anyhow, we're kind of getting off on high points here.
I got a suppressor to put on that thing.
On your high point?
Here's the thing: is you gotta find someone to go ahead and thread that barrel that's not gonna laugh at you.
Oh, that would be part of the fun.
That would be part of the fun.
I'd want to film them and just put my iPhone in my pocket and turn it around and just have the camera point at them. Just be serious as I can be. Just serious, and they'd be like, "Good Lord!"
We'll get some Facebook Live video you walking through the freaking Magic Valley Mall. Some boots, your pants all tucked in. Man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Water boots.
There you go.
Or shorts.
So
shorts with water boots.
Phillip also asked about carry, the way we carry different holsters. Dean, we went into this before, but Dean, what's the holster you use? What's
at this point I've gained so much weight that everything is too tight to wear in the waistband.
Okay.
So what I've gone to doing is I just keep something in whatever jacket I'm going to be wearing. Even in the summertime, like right now, I've got a motorcycle vest that's got a pocket inside, just with a holster in it.
Right.
So that's what I carry. I just leave it in there all the time. If I leave the house, put it on.
You got one on you right now?
Yeah.
You're like the only one in here that's armed.
Right, I'm the only one carrying. Which used to be when we started this podcast. I was like, oh, I don't carry.
I was carrying all day at class. I'm just like, freaking
need a break.
I'm done.
But with the jacket, I don't even know it's there.
That's awesome.
I don't even see it. Yeah, I don't even know it's there. With this jacket, I carry what do I carry? J-frame in 32 H&R mag. In my heavy jacket, my heavy motorcycle jacket, I carry my Glock Model 30.
Right.
And then if I ever have, I carry at church as well, and there I I just put it in my briefcase that I carry with me. I carry a Model 29 Smith & Wesson in 44 mag.
44 mag.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it weighs like 10 pounds.
That's why.
It's like borderline weight limit for what I can carry right now.
And that, my friend, is why I'm not running with a 44 mag. Although I did consider.
Well, you were talking about it. You were considering it. And
I was considering
getting one of those air weights.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wouldn't want to shoot that.
Right?
So what model is that you got?
29. Model 29 with a 4-inch barrel.
I got one of those.
Beautiful bluing on it.
I got one of those. Unfortunately, the bluing was kind of messed up. I had to get it redone, and you can't. You never go back the way it was. It's nice, but ain't that pretty heavy to be?
It's heavy, yeah. But I like making great big holes in
on the
things.
weekends, Dean.
4 or 5 people.
Yes.
On the weekends, when the doctor says he can, Dean likes to play Sons of Anarchy a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
So he likes the bigger guns.
Yeah. If I tell you what, if I'm limited on ammo, might as well get the biggest bullet I can get.
Right. So what is it you carry, and how do you carry?
Right now, I carry a S&P Shield 40, which I need to go to the 45. I just hadn't took it out the box yet.
I wish I had that freaking.
It's only been sitting there for a year, or 2 years. So I need to do it, but I usually, like at church or anything, I carry an ankle rig, something like that. Nobody looks down at your ankles. Not only that, it's where I position myself at church and stuff, where I point at the door. You're not sneaking up on me. I'll throw a nun in front of me and let her take the first few rounds. Something, but
he's going straight to heaven, man. That's where he's going right there.
I'm here to save people, man. But anyway, I'm already sitting down, so it's a good holster for that, and it's not binding or pinching anywhere. And if I do an outside the waistband, it prints too hard because it's hot right now, and I'm not wearing no jacket.
Yeah.
Right. So.
If I wore a jacket, they'd probably start exercising me because they're like, "Oh Lord, he's got a demon in him.
Something is wrong.
Yeah, this boy ain't right. Look at him sweating." So I just use the ankle for that, and usually keep in my truck, keep it close by me if I can't. Some situations I can't carry, depending on where I'm at, what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I appendix carry.
Oh boy, you're brave.
Yeah, I don't have. I should have. You haven't seen my fancy holster with the wedge.
I have not seen it.
Man, I should have.
The espresso maker.
Is it charged up?
It's charged up. It's getting. I think kids are using it for Wi-Fi Netflix right now.
Oh right, yeah, it's a Wi-Fi hotspot now.
So what? But no, I appendix carry. I like it. It's comfortable now. A few years ago, it wasn't so comfortable.
Right.
A little easier for me to appendix carry and get away with it now. I have a lot of different holsters. I have crossbreed Super Tux. Used to carry it about 3 or 4 o'clock in the waistband. I don't like outside the waistband unless maybe I'm out riding my 4-wheeler or I'm out getting wood or in the hills or something like that. And then I'll carry my XDM 9mm 3.8. I'll carry that in a one of those holsters you talked about earlier that lock into place.
Oh, Serpa.
A Serpa. Like a Serpa locking has like a level of retention on it. I'll carry outside the waistband. That's the only time I'm going to carry outside the waistband, really. Unless I go and I take a class somewhere, and I've just got.
You're going to be drawn and shooting a lot.
Yeah, I'll just got some basic holsters that I'll use for that. But I really like appendix carry. It works.
If you're
skinny,
works
for me,
it makes sense.
Yeah, it's a really quick access because it's centerline access, so it's really fast.
Just make sure you got a very safe weapon. Yes.
Yeah, you got to trust you got to have good you got to have some skills.
Well, the finger
make sure you
react instinctively. It goes into the trigger. You got to be careful.
You do, and I knew that going into it. I've got 5 children. I don't need any more.
You don't carry a safety.
It has a safety on it, just not a manual safety. By the way, for those of us who haven't figured it out, Tarver's really into. He really likes manual safeties on his firearms.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Absolutely loves manual safeties on his firearms.
Do you shoot any revolvers? I'm just curious.
Huh?
Do you shoot any revolvers?
Yes, lots of them.
Do you ever carry them?
No.
Never carried one.
No, I got most of the stuff I have, and I have a problem with holsters. As soon as I buy a holster, I'm gonna wear it for a day or two, and I don't like it. So
then it goes on a shelf.
Yeah, it's in the
basket. You got a box full of baskets. Yeah.
And not only that, because of that reason, I'll go to the used holster section of the gun store, and I'll just buy a bunch of them. They're $5 a piece.
Yeah.
I'll find a gun one day
that will fit it.
That's made for that holster. You'd be amazed how many of them have worked that way. And not that will fit in. They're not getting tissue paper or duct tape around it. But it works for that holster. But it's like, they're $5, dude. Yeah. Just put it on. Put some weight in it. If you like it, then order the one for your weapon like that you like. And I can't ever find one. I can't. Okay. I forgot what the question was. Where were we going?
What's the atomic weight of cobalt?
We're talking about safeties.
Oh, like a safety. Everybody here has a shield.
I don't have a shield.
Yes.
No, you don't have a shield?
I have a shield.
I thought you said you carried one.
Glock.
Yeah, he doesn't like those either.
Sorry to hear that.
I carry a shield. My shield doesn't have an external safety on it. I don't have a manual safety on my shield.
No, but I have one. You can take a look at mine. It's so smooth. It's flush with the gun. It's not going to snag on anything. It's not going to accidentally get switched anywhere. But it is so smooth and so easy to activate as you drawing. You just make that part of your routine. Just like you have to force yourself to not put your finger on the trigger.
Right.
Make that part of your routine.
And
part of your pull.
I'm always going to give you a hard time.
I know.
About it. That's just kind of what you and me do like all the time because we work together. Me and Kevin work together. And here's the thing. If you carry with a manual safety and you like it, and that's what keeps you carrying a firearm, go for it. Do it. But practice. Draw and swipe it off. Draw and swipe it off. Just like someone who carries 1911. Right. You got to practice drawing it and swiping the safety off. Yeah. Safeties aren't for everybody. Go ahead.
All these accidental discharges, though, that we're making fun of, they didn't have safety.
Yeah, big thing is carry what you're comfortable with. I mean, I would really have to practice to get used to a safety. Because I've shot,
it gets quick.
Two of the ones that I carry to my firearms are revolvers, no safety, and then the other one is a striker fired with a trigger safety.
Yeah, that's a little more uncomfortable. This one, it has the shield has the thumb safety of a 1911, but it's flush, so it's so natural and smooth.
Pretty quick.
If you're trying to find a button somewhere, it gets tricky because you have different guns. Mm-hmm. Different. Push this way, push that way. I have a Mossberg shotgun by the bed, and I'm like, you know what? If I have to use it, it's been so long since I ever touched it, I might pull it out on safety.
Right? And start switching for the Remington safety on the trigger guard. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's on top. And I'm like, which one? I don't know. Yeah. I haven't messed with the thing forever. But that's okay. I have like 5 guns around my bed.
One of these is going to work eventually.
Well, if nothing else, I have the Ruger. Love that gun. The Ruger 357, I can't remember what it is.
GP 100.
No? The new one.
Semi-auto?
No, it's a revolver. But it's 357, 5-shot. It's going to go.
SP 100?
No.
It's not an SP 101? It's a 5-shot?
5-shot?
Yeah. Is it a 5-shot, the one you asked?
It's 5-shot.
Ruger? No.
Yeah.
Ruger.
You know, now he needs to get with us and bring all his guns over so we can shoot.
Right? Yeah, especially,
It's nice. It's got such a big handle that you can shoot that 357 out of a little snubby and nothing.
It's controllable.
Smooth.
Yeah.
It's nice, yeah. Well, like the GP 100, it's got that little tiny handle. This one's huge. The handle's the biggest part about it. So you put that in your hand, it fills it up, and you pop off some rounds at 357 and you never even notice it.
I'll be darned.
Nice,
yeah.
So if nothing else, I got that one right.
Yeah.
You guys are talking revolvers. My eyes are starting to glass over a little bit.
So if I jump up and click like 5 times, that 6th one's coming at you.
Right? Oh, shoot. But yeah, I haven't ever really practiced with a weapon that has a safety on it. You know, my 1911 is a safe queen.
Safe queen.
Total safe queen.
I don't have my phone. I want to look it up. Yeah, I have one of those. I had to get rid of it. I'm like, it just sat there too much. It was huge.
Yeah.
It was huge. This thing weighed, I don't even know how many pounds. It was just ridiculous. It was heavy.
Yeah.
I can't even see. I'm forgetting everything today. I didn't get any sleep the last 2 days. It's a 1911 that has the full rail on it.
On the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
SIG?
No. It's a Springfield.
Okay.
Anyway, I had that, and it was set there too much, and I wound up selling it for a big loss. I'm like, that's it. No more of those. I'm buying stuff I like to play with and try not to I don't know. That was bad for me because I took such a loss on it. Got beat up. I'm sorry. I don't know where we were going.
And 1911 treated you horribly?
No, actually, I have a 1911 now. I love it. 1911s are beautiful. They're beautiful.
You have to get one, Todd, just to say you have one because it's the gun that God built. The gun that God built.
You have to have one in your collection.
Handed down to Adam in the Garden of Eden as he was leaving. Right, son, it's dangerous out there. Take this with you.
Here's a 45 round.
Here's
I made
a
it
45
special for you.
But it's it's too heavy to carry for every day. The ones I had, and I'm just not going to do it. And if I'm going to limit myself to that number of rounds, I'm going to carry the shield. Got the same number of rounds, a lot lighter, a lot more comfortable to carry. And if I throw it in the floorboard or drop it in the mud, I don't care. But that 1911, I had two of them. I got rid of the Safe Queen. The one I still have is so beautiful. No, come on, man. No, take it out. Put gloves on.
Put the white gloves on.
Yeah,
polish it up like it's the Stanley Cup, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You damn 1911 guys.
If I dropped it, I would. That's it. I'm gonna get shot because I'm gonna sit there and worry about it. Oh man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You see that shit?
Oh crap! I scraped the bluing. Oh, damn it.
One of the greatest lines in the movie, and I'm sorry, I'm doing it again.
You're good.
I can't even remember what.
If it weren't for rambling, we wouldn't have a freaking podcast.
Right. There was this. It was the end of the world type stuff. Chaos. I don't remember the movie. And the cops show up, and they're. It was one of those Second Amendment go wild. People were allowed to buy guns, and they was just shooting everybody, and people were shooting criminals, and criminals holding everybody. It was just chaos, insane stuff. And the cop comes up and hollers at the dude, "Put your gun down." Man, you know how much I paid for that?
I ain't going to throw it on the ground.
Yeah. He said, "Drop it and kick it over here." Man, you know how much I paid for that? He eased it down and started walking back. Yeah. I'm like, that's great. I love that.
Right? Safe Queen. That's exactly how I feel about my 1911 as well.
Yeah. I can't. For that reason, it hurts me too much to have.
I can't carry it. I can't even put it in a holster for that same reason.
No.
But I love shooting it. Oh, it's so much fun.
I like looking at it.
I like shooting it.
You guys are both girls.
That 1911 has the greatest trigger. It's nice. You even shot it, and I'm like, Todd ain't gonna make little holes with this. He's never shot a 1911. You pick the thing up, and Todd shot a little hole this big, and putting rounds through the exact same hole with magazine after magazine with my 1911.
That TRP was the one I had.
TRP, I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, well, that didn't help any, didn't it?
Oh. He'll be looking it up soon. I'm sure.
Fair enough. Yeah. Anyway,
I think we're almost through here. But if you guys, thanks for coming on.
God, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have.
I dumbed it down here for.
We're gonna have you. We're gonna have you back.
Well, we'll see how this goes. If I can bail out.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah, it'll go fine. You're fine. We're not people. Enough people don't listen to us. They're not gonna come knock on your door. Trust me.
Yeah, sure.
It'll be that one person.
We've only got like three listeners.
Oh shit, I'm one of them.
Yeah, it's you. So
we're all three right here. We didn't have to record this shit.
It's just like having a conversation. So a couple reminders here. Hashtag crappy carry. Send me some pictures. Post some pictures up. Hashtag crappy carry. We'll look them up. If you have any comments, if you have anything.
You can call our podcast hotline at 1-208-696-4397.
And Phillip, you can call the Phillip hotline at
1-208-696-4397.
And if you can call there, you can call in a self-defense story, a question. You can say, "Hi, I hate your show. Hi, this is where I'm calling from. I don't care. I will put it in to the podcast. We just want to hear from you. If you want to shoot me an email, it is patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. That's patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. Any last words, guys?
Banana hammock.
You got any last words?
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, that'll work. We'll catch you guys later.